Click to become a subscriber to the most popular YouTube channel for soap opera spoilers. There should never be another season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, with Mahmoud El-Sherbini and Nicole Sherbini. Nicole moved to Cairo, Egypt, and packed her luggage for her first show appearance on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. Their trip was an unusual one, with plenty of highs and lows. Nicole and Mahmoud had different morals and ideals, and they disagreed a lot. After discovering texts between Mahmoud and another lady, she made threats to leave him. They did, however, remain united following The Other Way. They made an appearance on Happily Ever After, which followed Mahmoud's immigration journey to the U.S. They were not good friends and fought the moment he stepped off the plane. They ought to have broken up a long time ago, and Mahmoud doesn't have many positive traits. Even though they have been married for more than 5 years, they never look content on the show. It's unknown why Nicole and Mahmoud, one of the most embarrassing 90 Day Fiancé couples in the franchise, have continued to appear on television for such a long time. Mahmoud and Nicole find it difficult to accept their different cultural backgrounds. While Nicole was in Egypt on a spiritual retreat, she met her future husband. They fell in love right away, and she became an Islamic convert for him. She ought to have done more reading about his faith before making such a hasty conversion. One of the primary points of contention between Nicole and Mahmoud is that Nicole was ignorant about his faith before deciding to accept it. Nicole refuses to live a more conventional life, despite his wishes for her to do so. They got into a lot of heated arguments over it on 90 Day Fiancé. Nicole wishes he would be a little more forgiving and let her wear anything she pleases. Mahmoud, on the other hand, requires his wife to wear exceedingly conventional attire. Their marriage has been strained as a result of their inability to agree on these matters. They've both refused to give in order to honor their own cultures. Nicole has made far too many threats to divorce Mahmoud. Nicole admitted that she attempted to get a divorce from him just a year after they were married during their first appearance on The Other Way. She wanted to leave him because she was living in Egypt and was finding it difficult to adjust to her new way of life. That being said, Nicole had never cried foul before. After that, she gave him back, and they joined 90 Day Fiancé. Nicole declared she would separate from Mahmoud when they eventually appeared on the show, but that hasn't happened yet. In addition to their frequent verbal exchanges, the couple on 90 Day Fiancé has had physical contact. When they were having a public argument on The Other Way, Nicole shoved Mahmoud. They have no justification for engaging in physical contact. If their behavior on a popular show like 90 Day Fiancé is limited to what they do in public, then there may be more going on behind closed doors. Nicole and Mahmoud were requested to return for a second season of Happily Ever After, Season 8 following the confrontation. Many happy couples that have constructive disagreements have been highlighted on 90 Day Fiancé. The show has no business supporting such poisonous behavior in its current season. Nicole pushing Mahmoud also doesn't seem to have improved their relationship in any way. They were constantly fighting and threatening to get divorced and Happily Ever After. They are without a doubt the franchise's most poisonous recent couple. Because of Mahmoud's purported arrest and charges of domestic abuse, Nicole and him ought to be removed from Happily Ever After, Season 8. Mahmoud was detained and accused of misdemeanor domestic assault on February 20, 2024. The accusations stemmed from a purported event that involved Nicole, his wife. Mahmoud was given $20,000 bond and was scheduled to appear in court on March 13. Nicole shared an image on Instagram from the Musawa movement discussing abuse against women in Muslim households after the news broke. After Mahmoud's detention, it's unknown if Nicole and him are still together. There are plenty of interesting pairs from the 90 Day Fiancé universe who may replace Nicole and Mahmoud. For all the wrong reasons, they have become into one of the franchise's most talked about pairs. Because Nicole and Mahmoud are so toxic, they are talked about a lot. It's well known that 90 Day Fiancé chooses unique, intriguing couples for its shows. But with Nicole and Mahmoud, there's no need to stick around such a poisonous relationship. Nicole and Mahmoud appear to be staying together for the duration of 90 Day Fiancé. It appeared as though they were about to split up at the conclusion of the Other Way's fourth season. Nicole discovered text conversations exchanged by her spouse with another lady. She was enraged and made another divorce threat. Despite leaving Egypt, Nicole made amends with Mahmoud. They seem to be unhappy with each other in every scene on the program, so it's puzzling why they decided to stick together. Nicole may have believed that being in the US would improve their relationship, but this hasn't happened. If anything, Mahmoud's transfer to Los Angeles has made their marriage more worse between Nicole and him. In their marriage, they've struggled to communicate and come to compromises. Their decision to continue their unhappy relationship is only rationally motivated by their desire to be on 90 Day Fiancé. They might be earning a lot of money from their appearance on a reality show, which would be their primary source of income together. They shouldn't, however, remain together solely for the performance. Rather than selecting 90 Day Fiancé, they ought to select one another. Nicole and Mahmoud should give up on the 90 Day Fiancé enterprise now. Despite their limited appearances in the series, they have managed to establish themselves as one of the most poisonous couples ever. Their marriage cannot survive the amount of damage that has been done to it, much less be featured on a reality TV program such as 90 Day Fiancé.